I've been kind of working on a little bit of a project. I kind of put together a tactical hiking belt. But before I show you that, I'm going to tell you the weather conditions of today. I hit the trailhead this morning. It was about 32 degrees, so it was a little cold. And I'm thinking now we're at least up to 41 or so. So that's not too bad. No wind whatsoever. Very calm day. Great for shooting. But it is a little overcast. And kind of hoping the sun will come out here in a little bit because I got a lot of exploring I'd like to do. Okay, back to the belt. A while back on my Facebook page, I was just demoing a Condor H2o pouch and how it actually fits on a Molly 2 belt. And I got to looking at it and said, man, I could put together a tactical hiking belt. It would come out really great. So, kind of what I did, so I took the Molly 2 belt and I strapped a bunch of gear on it. So I'll tell you what, I guess let's set up right here and let me show you exactly what I got in this. Okay, basically what I did is I took all the gear that I would use for a day hike and threw it on the belt. So let me get spread out. Okay, if you come a little closer, I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. We'll start over here at the machete. Now, a lot of you know that I am a firm believer in carrying a machete, and so I included this on my belt. Now, I went with Junior because of the fact I put Senior on there. He just hangs way down too long, and I think Junior will do everything I need for a day hike. And I did sharpen her up last night, and I'll tell you what, it took an hour and 45 minutes to get a decent blade or edge on this thing to take all the chips out of it, because it was incredibly dull last night. And the handle's starting to come loose on it a little bit. But I'm using Junior instead of Senior. And I'm very confident it'll do everything I need to do. Now, let's come over here. I'm a firm believer in carrying a compass with you, no matter if you know the trail or not, because it's a little hard to find in the dark. So I got me a little compass. And then we come to the H2o pouch. This is made by Condor. And I got my cell phone in here. And there's so much storage in this thing to keep so much gear. It's just unfreaking believable. And of course, definitely carrying 32 ounces of water with me. Now over here, I brought some rope. And there's a reason why I brought the rope, because I'm actually climbed up on some cliffs, and this actually helped me a couple minutes to go to get down this cliff over here, and then go back up the other side. So all I did with this, took some just Velcro, and this actually pretty much Velcroed it on the Molly belt. And it stayed on there a lot better than I thought it would. I haven't lost it. And yes, I've climbed up and down hills and up rocks. And to access, it's really easy. And the cool thing is the Velcro actually sticks to the rope and doesn't slide down. So let's move over here to the butt pack I picked up a little while back, and I'll show you what I got in here. The butt pack is the second most important part of the pack. In here, this is where I keep all the food, all the needs I need for the trail on that day, and some emergency gear. And the cool thing about this pack is this top piece right here. And you can cinch this down, and one, it helps keep the water out, and two, it makes sure nothing falls out when you're climbing up and down the hills. So I think what I'm going to do is take all this gear out of here and show you exactly what I carried with me today. And I wanted to at least have 2 meals in there, and somehow I ended up carrying, I think it was, I got 3, maybe 4 on accident. So let's grab this stuff out, and I'm going to take my coat off and put it right here and show you exactly what I got. First thing I need to look around, there's a lot, and I am not kidding, a lot of deer scat up here that I'd rather not get on my coat. Okay, this looks good. Okay, I want to take everything out, and then we'll go over it in a little bit here, but I'll just show you just the basics first. Got my medical needs, my cook kit, Ziploc bags for carrying trash out, covering the camera up in case it rains, 1 Mountain House meal, and that is beef stew, good stuff. For breakfast, it doesn't require any heat, and I love these things. I order them by the case now. I find myself eating them at home. This is granolas. This is granola milk with a blueberry. I wish they'd make those out with raspberry, but what are you gonna do? Simple hand sanitizer. And here are all my breakfast bars, other needs, nutrition bars, and some other things. One fire starter, and another Ziploc bag, which I didn't know that was in there. And the magic remote. Let's see if it works. Yep, not bad. Okay, I'll show you what this is for a little bit later on today. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little bit more closer what's in each one of these. Some are self-explanatory. I just want to show you my cook kit setup real fast and what is in my trail mix bag. So come over here a little closer and I'll show you that real quick. Now first on the cook kit, you've seen me use this 100 times and I've scaled it way down from the original setup. But I keep the towel in there and a titanium spoon. And this is the Coleman Max bottom half of the cook setup. And of course, waterproof matches. This sometimes work, sometimes do not. Jetboil fuel cell. And of course the bottom here, which I got off of Amazon. It's just the basic lightweight backpackers, I guess they stove or something like that. I can't remember offhand, but I've already broke the piezo igniter on it, so I'm probably going to cut that off and lose a little weight to it, because I just got it because it's so small, and it does work great, trust me, even though the piezo ignition quit working, so I'm not going to worry about that. Now over here in this bag, this is just simple stuff. You've seen me use these before, and they're just the basic, just little hard candies, and I basically use them for the sugar content. It just helps me going. And backup lighter. I probably got 2 or 3 lighters floating around here somewhere. And just the standard protein bar, breakfast bar, Cliff bars. Rainbow Hiker got me hooked on those darn things. And down here, just some hot chocolate and oatmeal. So that's where I got my other 2 meals. I didn't realize I had them until I started doing inventory on them. So stash that away here. There we go. And the fire starter, I threw one of those in there just in case. This will actually light wet wood with no problems. Of course, y'all know about the Mountain House. Now I've been watching a lot of Native Robin's videos. If you get a chance, swing by and check out her channel. It's really good. She uses a food dehydrator to dehydrate all of her own food. And I'm really thinking that I'm going to go that route this spring, save up some money, and actually purchase one. That way I can start making my own dehydrated meals and put in there what I want and actually save some money. Okay, let's come back over here to the belt. Now right here is the most important part of the belt. Okay, right here is my med kit. I just recently picked this up too. It's a Condor med pouch, and you see I'm carrying my backup knife with me today. I sharpened it up the other night, and it's hella sharp, so I figured I probably won't be needing it because I can do everything I need to do with the machete, but I decided to carry it just in case. It fits right in the webbing perfectly. Now, other than the medical supplies I have in here, I also got another couple other items. You're carrying a backup battery for my camera, and of course duct tape, and that works as a great band-aid too. Sorry about that. I don't anticipate using this, but I always carry one just in case I get caught out here in the dark. Now I was really deciding if I wanted to carry a handheld flashlight or a headlamp. And I got to thinking about it. The headlamp, of course, be hands-free, but the problem is it's only good for a short distance, at least the one I'm using. And even though this is a little bit heavier, but the stream on this is amazing, and it's the Coleman Max. I can't think of the model number right now, but the beam on it goes quite a distance. I'm thinking this would be the better option for me if I did actually got caught out here in the dark. Now let's just go through a quick look and see what else I got in the med kit. Basically what I done is took all this stuff from my other one and just simply transferred it into here. The cool thing about this kit is if we actually pop it off the belt, which is not that big of a deal, it'll flip backwards and it's more easier or user access. So up here, I just of course got your standard gauze pads, alcohol tabs, buttons, ibuprofen, and then I also got some Benadryl for allergic reactions. Got a little pouch in here. I keep more little band-aids, tweezers, matches, sanitized wipes, non-sting wipes, more bandages, and I think some of that clotting material you're supposed to put on your cut and it's supposed to clot up. I'm not sure if it works or not. And I really don't want to find out the hard way. So another thing on your first aid gear, it isn't kind of important. I know it's overlooked because in the winter months you just throw it away and don't think about it, or not throw it away but pack it away and don't think about it. But the next year you should go through of it because a lot of this stuff will actually expire, especially on the medications. Basically what happens, they just lose their potency. So it's not a good idea to keep outdated stuff in here because when you need it, it's expired. Well, you know. So I'm gonna probably be updating this soon and just adding some more fresh stuff like bandages and so on and so forth. Okay, now let's look down here at this other end of the pouch. As I have another Condor H2o pouch. And you see, this is empty. I have my backup camera in there. And of course, speaking of the camera, this is the camera case for the Canon, one I'm using right now. That way I can access it on a trail in case I see something really neat. And just another Nalgene water bottle, 32 ounces of water. So I'm carrying a total of water with me of 64 ounces of water, which is quite enough water for a good day hike. And I don't see any need to carry any more, especially in the spring. Now in the summertime, you gotta probably carry some more water with you or have a good water source. Hang on a second. Oh, that's good stuff. So there's been a really good look at my tactical hiking belt I kind of put together. Now I did find a couple flaws with it, which I probably should have wore it and hiked around the block a couple times before I actually took it on a trail and did like 4 or 5 miles with it. Found them out on the trail, but you live, you learn. It's nothing is that big of a deal. One of the main ones is when I put it on over my coat, the belt had a tendency to slide down my butt. So every quarter mile, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So what I simply did is just put it underneath the coat, which caused another problem, so my back got a little cold. So I think to remedy this situation, I'm going to have to either get some suspenders, or I'm pretty sure they make a harness that I can attach to the Smalley belt. That way it holds it in place. So once I got that set up, it wasn't another problem at all. Now it was a little weird hiking with it. Hang on, let me get this zipped up. Hiking with it was a little weird because I've never wore a utility belt before, and normally when I wear a pack, I kind of lean forward a little bit as I hike to even out my body to keep, you know, pretty well centered up. But the problem I had with that is you don't need to do that with the belt. So yeah, it threw my equilibrium off for a little bit, but you know, really wasn't that big of a deal. So I think what I'm going to do is pack this gear away real quick, and I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to show you where I'm at because the view up here is amazing. And finally, the sun is actually starting to peek through the clouds a bit. So let me get this packed up and then I'll show you around the area. I'm really surprised how well all this gear actually fits in this butt pack and how much gear I can actually get into it. And get out of there, bug. You're not coming home with me. Apparently he thinks he does. Temperature must be coming up a little bit because the bugs are starting to stir about. We're going to leave the magic remote out. Put my jacket on. It's kind of cold out here. And it's colder in the jacket. Oh well. We'll be using this in 1 second. Well, there's been a look at my tactical hiking belt, and I know some of you have used these before, and I'm sure there's probably a different name for them, and it'd be very appreciative if you give me some advice and some tips on this belt, what I can add to it, what I should take away, and just make it easier for me for the trip out. But I really do enjoy it for day trips, and I could probably actually fit a one-person tent on here and probably a fleece sleeping bag. Okay. Now it's time to figure out what the magic remote's for. As some of you know, I have a Facebook page, and a lot of you have stopped by and checked it out, but I do a lot of behind-the-scenes footage that would make just this video just way too long for somebody to watch. That way you can just go by the Facebook page and just kind of see how I got here, what it took, and how I decided on my filming locations. And I'm just going to give you just a little treat and show you some of the videos. So we're going to put up the first video, which will be actually the filming of this location and show how we got it. And I'm going to put down another video of some gear review. Crap, hang on. There we go. Some of the gear review that you see I use out here in the field. I just do a quick video of it on Facebook so you can see what I'm using, where I got it, and how much it costs. So first, let's just watch a couple of seconds of how I got out here.
Ah yes, another Facebook exclusive. I'm getting ready to film the tactical hiking belt, and I want to do it from up there. So we're actually going to cross the little creek here today.
And that's enough of that. And let's watch just one of the quick, there we go, gear reviews that I did on some of the equipment I use.
I have another new piece of gear I'd like to share with you. This butt pack I recently picked up. So let's take a closer look at it. Alright, if we look at the back on it, it's got the MOLLE webbing on here. Also has something really neat. These are
there we go. So that's just been kind of a look at the Facebook page, and it is a little bit more interactive. I encourage people to upload their pictures of some of their outings and their gear, and it's just a little bit more user-friendly than the YouTube channel. And it's a lot easier for me to actually comment and converse with you on there than it is on YouTube, because half the time I don't know if somebody's left a comment or not. Alright, next thing I want to do, you've got to see this scenery. So I'm going to grab the camera, I'm going to buzz it over here, and I'm just going to show you around, and it's just freaking amazing up here. So come on over here and take a look at this.
Okay, the first thing I want to show you is where I came in at. So I'm going to do some zooming, so you might want to pull away from the computer so I don't make you seasick. So let's go, whoop, and turn you right there. And if you can see, there it is. It is a little foggy out. Let me back away from the tripod. That bridge is where I came in at and parked the car. Okay, let's zoom back out. I'm not sure how high up this cliff is, but I mean, it's just, the view up here is amazing. You can see grain silo over that way. Let's see if we can hit that cliff over there. And come around. There's a factory there of some kind. I'm not sure what that is. It might be the power plant, because there's a lot of high tension lines over there. Zoom this out. Alright, let's take a look down at the river. I'm going to do this real slow. Attempt. See how low that is? Let's go in down at the sea. Normally you would not see them sandbars down there. There we go, sorry. See all that? You normally would not see those at all. Now, a while back, I think it was a little while back, I filmed the Barbie grill, or the homemade barbecue grill, and I did that, let's zoom out here so I can find it, right down there. There got it right at the edge of that levee. That's where I filmed that at last time. And normally all that is pretty much underwater down there. And I seen an opportunity and I said, man, I've got to do this. So I filmed that down there. I'm going to zoom you out and we're going to buzz around over here. If we look, see off into the distance. There's a really good view of that farm. Let's see if we can get into it. There's a little farm over there. Let's come around over here. Way off the distance, there's another, looks like a factory down there. Let's see if I can get to it. Unfortunately, I cannot. The view is just freaking amazing. Oh, and a while back I did the molly pack. We can see that from up here. Right down there on that sandbar. That's where I did my demo on my molly pack. Molly 2 rucksack. See if I can get in real tight. Yeah, nope, I just found a tree. Oh well, it was worth a shot. You can see a little bit of it. Not much. Okay, but can you imagine if the sun was out, no clouds in the sky? Well, just kind of wanted to show you that. This is pretty much it for the video. Like I said, comments are more than welcome. Advice on my setup would be very appreciative. You can see something to make it easier for me. Yeah. Something I missed out besides Ken. I forgot toilet paper, I know. But yeah, there's a couple things I'm sure I need to add. Well, like always, thanks for watching.